A couple of teams trying to fight their way into the bottom portion of the USL League One table are set to duke it out in beautiful Severance, Colorado. In the footsteps of the great Rocky Mountains, it's Northern Colorado Hailstorm and FC Tucson. John Gross with you as we take a look at the League One standings entering tonight. Important to note, Charlotte Independence and Union Omaha are playing. That match winding down as we speak. For our match, you see in the bottom portion, Northern Colorado Hailstorm sits in 9th, FC Tucson in 11th, but a win would put Northern Colorado above the playoff line. So an important matchup for them, and if they're going to pick up a win, they could probably use some help from this guy. One of the most prolific scorers in the league, it's Irvin Parra. He has been tremendous this season, fresh off of a goal-scoring performance at the equalizer in the 79th minute against Union Omaha. He scored in 3 out of his last 5 matches, and is somebody who earlier in the season, Ayman Zayed said, hey, if he's playing, we have a chance, and for good reason. As you see, one of the top goal scorers in this league, just 2 goals behind the league leaders in the Golden Boot race. On the flip side, FC Tucson, they have struggled to score this year, last in the league in goals, but one guy who can certainly contribute in that regard is Luis Perez. He scored twice this year, both against Chattanooga Red Wolves, and that's something that John Perlman says that he has grown with a bit, become more of an attacking presence, a better goal scorer rather than just a playmaker, but he certainly has the playmaking and assisting abilities, as you see right here. You're going to look at 3 of his corner kick assists. So dangerous with that left foot on the in-swinging ball for his side. It is such a great sight for League One action. The fans are ready. The players are ready as well. We'll have lineups and kickoff for you after this. Don't go anywhere. This is USL League One live on ESPN+.
FC Tucson is more than just your hometown professional soccer club. FC Tucson is food, friends, exciting action, and fireworks. FC Tucson is one of the only places in Tucson celebrating with a fireworks show. Mark your calendars to celebrate Tucson's birthday with us on August 20th. Tickets start at just $14. For more information on hospitality, group prices, visit fctucson.com/ticket or call 520-600-3095.
Back here in Severance, Colorado, just minutes away from getting things started between Northern Colorado Hailstorm and FC Tucson. This is the second meeting of the season between these two sides, and if this one's anything like the first one, we are in for a treat. Let's take a look back to the first time that these two teams played earlier this season. Now, we started things off 45th minute, Donnie Toya, the Tucson native, able to hammer it home this just before the half. So FC Tucson, like they've done on multiple occasions this year, they get that first goal, but they've struggled to hang on. In the second half, Donnie Toya got a red card. He came off. Northern Colorado Hailstorm able to capitalize the man advantage. Lachlan McLean off a beautiful service from Arthur Rogers, who has 6 assists in the season. McLean's header leveled things 1-1. That was the final. So let's take a look at the starting 11 for Ayman Zayed and company. And those blue kits for Northern Colorado. It's Johan Peñaranda once again getting the start in net after Thomas Olsen has missed the last 5 matches. Similar back four to what we've seen, and one of the guys in this back four is Arthur Rogers. He's been phenomenal this season. One of the best assist men in League One, so crafty, so creative, leads the league in chances created with 56 on the season. And now for John Perlman and company, Gio Calixtro makes his third straight start at the top of this formation. And this is a side that has relied on Donnie Toya quite a bit. 3 goals in the season. He's only played 5 matches, but his 3 goals lead the team in that category. So they'll look to him to again provide some offensive firepower. So we are ready to roll. In Colorado, it's FC Tucson in the white kits, Northern Colorado in the blue kits, and away we go. Second meeting of the season between these sides. They'll play again on October 8th, the final match day of the regular season. Here's Gio Calixtro, who scored his first goal of the season against Richmond Kickers. Last time out, Calixtro dances with it and could not put it towards the back post, looking for a whistle to no avail. Perez now. Crossed in and headed out of there by Breck Evans. FC Tucson has had quite some time off. They did not play last week. They did play against Richmond 2 weeks ago. But prior to that match, they had some time off as well, with their scheduled appearance against North Carolina FC being postponed due to flooding in Tucson. So this is a Tucson side that has played just 1 match since July 24th. During that time frame, Northern Colorado have played 4 matches. Something that John Perlman said that he wants to exploit, wants his side to bring a high amount of energy into this one. There is Ayman Zayed, the first coach in club history, somebody who knows this league very well as both a player and a coach. Did a very nice job with this club. Side that has played well at home this season, 4-3-2. That includes playing at 3 different home venues. And there was John Perlman, his first full season as the head coach for FC Tucson. And his side has been better on the road compared to their home performance. 3-5-1 outside of Arizona, winless in Tucson. John Perlman said that he really wants to see his side just execute for the full 90. He said there have been quite a few times this season when they've been the better team, but especially late in matches, they've really struggled to hang on to some leads. Matchell chips ahead, finds Perez in stride. And 3 making runs inside the 18. And way too heavy. The cross sails out for a goal kick. Look at Tyler Moss, who played the full 90 against Richmond. Had missed the prior 3 matches. Lukic lays it ahead, looking for Ammon and McLean, both making runs. And the offside flag is raised. Our match referee tonight is Adam Rice. The ARs, Robert Kaczynski and Christian Clerk. And the 4th official, Marcelo Soto. Trevor Ammon, not too certain about that call, perhaps. Ammon, who had the assist on the Irvin Parra equalizer against Union Omaha last Saturday. 1-1 draw against Union Omaha. for Northern Colorado. There's Jota. One touch. And you can see certainly a fast playing surface on this turf at Severance High School. Prentice, he was acquired on loan late in July from USL Championship side Oakland Roots. Elevated ball, beautifully placed. McLean tries to get under it, and Mastro Antonio is there to head it back to Marancio. Ammon applies the pressure, and Marancio just able to get rid of it. Perez plays it through for Calixtro. 1-on-1 on Cornwall, one of the top center backs in this league. First action of the season for Eric Kinsner. And on loan from Tacoma Defiance. Lukic, one touch, lovely feet ahead. It's Ammon trying to wiggle free on Mastro Antonio. Para is dispossessed by Perez. Well done by the French midfielder, but it comes right back to the home side with a head of steam. Cross to the middle. McLean was in the right place, but Prentice feed just a little bit out of his reach. Take a look back at this. How about that run by Wolfgang Prentice? Just his fourth match, third start with Northern Colorado. A side who, with a win, would move above the playoff line, but the Tucson side, who has found some success this season on the road, stands in their way. You look at this Tucson team, winless in its last 6 matches, longest winless streak in club history. Last win was back in June. But they have come oh so close on a slew of occasions. All but 3 matches this year decided by just 1 goal, as Cornwall has whistled for the foul. From Cornwall, somebody who Ayman Zayed said multiple USL Championship clubs have already reached out about his services for next season. Calls him a massive influence, somebody who always gives 100%. As quality of a center back as you'll find in this league. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official matchball supplier of the USL League One. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, the league's choice, player's choice. Lukic is checked down by Joao Delgado. And he's been shown a yellow. An early booking for the newcomer in just his second match with being available for Tucson this season. Of course, was injured in the playoffs last year and have been out until then, until last match. Perplexed look on his face. As we look back at this replay. First start of the season for Jota, who came on as a substitute at the 62nd minute in his season debut against Richmond Kickers. 2 goals and 4 assists last year before being injured against Richmond in the quarterfinals. Rogers tries to wheel free on Perez and loses it as he was trying to get rid of it. Here's Franco Perez, finds Calixto. Calixto works centrally, tries to slip it through to Franco, and comes into the hands of Peñaranda. And another whistle. This time it's Ammon who took a spill. Kinsner, the one who came into the foul. Kinsner, who again is on loan from Tacoma Defiance, MLS Next Pro. He has some U.S. men's youth national team experience. U15, U16, and U17 levels. Just 19 years old. And he gets his first League One action tonight. Few players in this league more dangerous than the man over the ball. It's Rogers who plays it short. And Lukic stumbles, can't maintain it. Breakaway opportunity here. And it's Toya. Still penetrates. And eventually the whistle comes out. Surely a yellow card, and it is one. Shane McFall is booked, so a couple of early yellows. McFall in just a second start of the season. Did what he had to do to break up that 1-on-3 opportunity from Toya. But you can see his pace, his quality. This comes through that rip attempt. And they'd play the advantage, and as soon as it came to an end, that was it. John Perlman looks on. Continues to be optimistic about this side, who again has been so close in so many matches. Looking for that early haymaker, as he put it. Calixto, the quick throw for Matchell. Calixto sticks with it. Gio Calixto maneuvers around one. Blast off the hands of Peñaranda. Johan Peñaranda in his 6th straight start. Perhaps another save needed from Peñaranda. This time he can't make it. It's Franco Perez. Perez to Perez. And it's 1-0 FC Tucson. First of the season for the Argentine striker. FC Tucson knocking at the door multiple times. It's Luis Perez to Franco Perez. No relation, but they relate well. That connection. John Perlman said he wanted his side to withstand the early pressure from Northern Colorado and deliver an early haymaker. Well, they've done that. Just 14 minutes in, FC Tucson on the road in front 1-0. First of the season for Franco Perez. And now Northern Colorado in an early deficit. Not all too unfamiliar to them, as just last week they conceded a 12-minute goal against Union Omaha. Found an equalizer late as Lukic loops it ahead, out of the reach of Para. Calixto finds Franco Perez, who just minutes ago made this a 1-0 lead. And the offside flag is up. There's the aforementioned Perez, as Rogers operates in a hurry. Lukic hustles after it, can't quite get there. And will we see another booking? It is a foul. It's Matchell, who is very frustrated with Adam Rice, their match referee. Adam Rice says, "I have had enough of you." Let's look back at this. See 3 players converge upon it. Rogers stands over it. The league leader in chances created with 56, and frankly, it's not even close. 13 more chances created than anybody else. Rogers lifts it left, headed centrally, and Marancio able to fall on it. Lachlan McLean might have gotten a toe on it, but Marancio able to keep his side in front. We'll get a closer look on a replay. And yeah, it did seem like McLean got a piece of that ball, but not enough to direct it in. RT held up by Matchell. Feed comes the other direction. Calixto. By the way, Union Omaha did just secure, after 9 minutes of stoppage time, a 2-1 win over Charlotte. So they're now in 3rd. With a win, Northern Colorado would move up to 6th place. It would be tied on points with 4th and 5th place. So a lot to play for tonight for Northern Colorado. Certainly Tucson in need of every win they can get as they try to march towards a late season rally. Kevin Shaw, welcome addition back in the lineup for FC Tucson, and who's battled multiple injuries this season. Cornwall able to work it out of the back third. Only momentarily as Tucson regains. Here's Franco Perez trying to work it through to Calixtro, whose run was halted. Lovely ball, foot race from Ammon. And it's Tyler Moss, the first one to it. 8th start of the season for Moss, who went the full 90 against Richmond. Had missed some time last month. This is a Tucson team that, after some extended time off, both with a built-in week off in the schedule and a postponed match against North Carolina, certainly have some fresh legs and more players available. Fernando Garcia, who had been starting fairly regularly since his addition, is suspended today on a red card. Luis Perez. One assist already for Perez. Ortiz on the takeaway, finds Ammon, and well played by Tevin Shaw. Prentice, very pacey player on that left flank. Finds Rogers with some space to work with. Rogers maneuvers around Perez. Arthur Rogers marked by Shaw. And angled well by Shaw as it's out for a goal kick. Let's take a look at this replay, and you could see the quality of both Rogers on the attacking side of things, and on the defensive side, Shaw just doesn't give any sort of window. John Perlman said he's hoping to get at least 75 to 80 minutes. Ideally, would love to get 90 minutes out of Shaw, but Shaw's somebody who has missed some time, did not play against Richmond. He's had a season marred by injuries, concussions. He's truly one of the best defensive midfielders in this league. Handball is the call. Sends things in Tucson's direction. It was a early goal by Franco Perez that got the scoring started. Back in the 14th minute, we'll look back at this replay. And yep, you can see the right arm of Rogers just making a little bit of contact with the ball. Rice reaches for that card. It's Tevin Shaw, who has been booked. So Shaw with the yellow, Joel Delgado sitting on a yellow as well. And still a lot of game left to be played. This is a Tucson side that leads the league in an ominous stat, which is red cards. 6 red cards accumulated by FC Tucson players, including 3 in the last 4 matches. So Delgado and Shaw certainly have to be careful from here on out. Norty. Marked by Matchell. Hara. One touch back to Norty. Lukic. Finds Para. A blast comes off of Shaw. And spins towards Prentice. They're taken either way by Tucson. Matchell not at the same page as Moss. Lukic finds McLean, works it right for Rogers. And skied out for a throw. Talking about the sky, what a sky, wow. This is a picturesque sight. The footsteps of the Rocky Mountains, third home venue of the season for Northern Colorado. They've played all over the state as they wait for a permanent home to be finished. But regardless of their home venue, they found success in Colorado. How about that back heel by Lukic to Rogers, who is upended. It's Shaw. He already has a yellow. Will be shown another card. Mastrantonio sending everyone else away. And now some discussion. This is a perhaps match-altering call. If we do see yellow, and was it in the box? That's the other question. It's being marked as just outside of the 18. No yellow for Shaw. Rogers and Lukic, the vicinity of the ball. It is Lukic, blasts it back post, and slips through for a goal kick. Had Para making that run. And here's a look at that last foul. So let's see, it certainly occurred outside of the 18. And here is the service. Para was held down a bit, but evidently not enough to warrant a whistle from Adam Rice. Lukic. Kalixtro does well to nick that ball away. Joel Delgado. Matchell flicks on. And out of the reach of Kalixtro. Lukic. Kill for Rogers. Wheels his way around Perez. Great build up here. Lukic tries to get the cross in, can't do so. It's Toya on the defending end of things, but the home faithful appreciate that build up as we approach the half-hour mark. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN Plus, the home of the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and so much more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Ball in from Rogers. Headed out of there by Master Antonio. 30 minutes into this one, it was the 14th minute goal by Franco Perez that have Tucson in front. But this is a side who have lost 11 points from winning position, at the second most points lost from winning position of the league. We're gonna hang on, still a lot of time left for Northern Colorado to level. Northern Colorado side who, with 3 points, would catapult all the way from 9th place to 6th place, as FC Tucson tries to put an end to a 6-match skid. How about the handles from Rogers? Field goal is good. The goal is not. You can see the absolute skill from Rogers. This is a guy who has a futsal background, and you can see that in full display. Not one, but 2 defenders just left to the dust. Lofted ball from McFall. Takes Mauricio off his line. No trouble though for the experienced keeper in his 3rd season with Tucson. 2nd stint after making 1 appearance for Hartford Athletic at the USL Championship level last year. Lukic. McLean, pardon me, Para. Have to work back to Lukic. And Franco Perez keeps it in play. Has the difference-making goal thus far. Can't stick with it. A studs-up tackle, and a Franco Perez has been booked. So Perez, Shaw, and Joao Delgado all on yellow cards. Just 33 minutes into this one. And a quick grab to the card by Adam Rice. Lukic, room to work with here. Paces inside the 18. Lukic tried to roll it low. Comes off of Toya for another corner kick. Lukic, the Serbian midfielder, was a first-team All-American at the NAIA collegiate level, 2018 to 2021. Rogers plays it short. Gets it back. Rogers chips centrally. Headed out of there by Shaw. Pop it right back inside the 18. Headed goalward. It has been waved off though. Trevor Ammon was able to head it home, but it's been disallowed. Offside is the call, and Tucson remain in front 1-0. So here's a look back at that apparent goal. Really nice ball. And Ammon was whistled. Para now, and Marancio able to fist it out of there. Comes right back towards Para. Can't stay on it though. We're starting to see the opportunities come for Northern Colorado for an attack that had been mostly silent for the first 30 or so minutes. Macho, lofted ball, a little too much behind it. Inside the final 10 or so minutes of this first 45. Second meeting of the season between these two sides. The first one, a 1-1 thriller in the desert. These two teams will round out the 3-game series on October 8th to wrap up the regular season. Para, and that ball got tangled up between Para and Shaw, and somehow was not a handball for either player. Instead, it's Ammon who's upended, and that's where the whistle comes in. Now Adam Rice will have a word with Kinsner. His FC Tucson debut. And Kinsner has been shown a yellow. 4 starters have been yellow carded in the first 37 minutes for Tucson. And it's Kinsner who's booked in his debut. Remember, this Tucson side leads the league in red cards. So that ball got caught up in the tango between Shaw and Para, and then after it was dislodged between those two, that's when Kinsner came in with a hit and the foul and the eventual card. Here's Norti. Para now. For Lukic. Rogers. Stayed on it momentarily and then whistled for the takedown of Charlie Matchell. There's a guy who started at right back, but you'll see come way up the pitch, and for good reason. We've seen his skill on full display tonight. That time, certainly a foul from behind. Time Calixto tangled up with Rob Cornwall. Quickly in the restart. Northern Colorado numbers all rolled through. They want the whistle. Para won't get it though. Para, who scored in 3 of the last 5 matches for Northern Colorado. 9 goals in the season for the seasoned veteran out of California. The league's draw dispossessed by Cornwall. And Norti dragged down by Calixto. And they put it right at Perez, who did not back up very far and did not give Norty the proper space. And because of that, Perez has now been put in the book. A 5th starter with a yellow card for Tucson in the first 40 minutes. Almost unbelievable. It's turning into the Oprah show. You get a yellow, you get a yellow, you get a yellow.
Here we go. Here we go, Hailstorm. Here we go. Here we go, Hailstorm. Here we go.
Delgado, Perez, Kinsner, Franco Perez, and Tevin Shaw, all with yellow cards. Evans. Wolfgang Prentice, very speedy player, jockeying with Shaw, and it's Shaw who races away with it. Shaw stays on it. Gives it back for Luis Perez. First match in 11 days for Tucson. The question was, would they still be sharp? They got the early goal, looking for more in the final few minutes of this first half. Rogers strikes it long, finds Ammon in stride. Ammon has Parra making a run. He finds Parra. Parra dances. Parra turned away by Marancio. Not the easiest of angles, not the cleanest of looks, but it's Irvin Parra still making noise in a dangerous area. Able to maneuver around Master Antonio. And El Gato springs off his line for another save. And yet another corner kick. Now swinging ball from Rogers. Flicked out of there. McFall, jockeyed by Franco Perez. Lukic elevates ahead over the head of Master Antonio, and Most as well to shield away Ammon. Couple goals and 3 assists this year for Ammon, part of a very dangerous group up front. This is a team chock full of playmakers. 29 goals this season for this squad. They've been one of the more consistent, one of the better attacking teams in the league. As they try to fight their way over the playoff line. The good news for Northern Colorado, you look, including today, 9 matches remaining, 6 of which are at home, where they've had a lot of success this year, regardless of the venue. Marancio, a precarious ball back to him. Well played though. Indications, 2 minutes of added time of the way. The First half that has moved fairly quickly and without incident. I've seen the yellow cards, but no prolonged stoppages. Cornwall steps into some space. Cornwall tried to blast it well outside the 18. There it is, 2 minutes signaled in by our fourth official, Marcelo Soto. Ortiz. Para. Lukic pops it centrally. And whisked out of there by Mastro Antonio. Rogers. One-two finds Para. And it's sent the other way. He strikes it ahead. Matchell got a boot to the face. That's a tough guy. Let's take a look back at this replay. The initial sight of that looked pretty scary. And Matchell, as you see, holding that face. Perhaps one last opportunity for Tucson to put the icing on the cake of this first half. They scored in the 14th minute. First match in 11 days, just the second match in the last 24 days. Would they be sharp? That was the question. Will they get the early goal? They withstand a couple of blows from Northern Colorado. And 45 minutes through, it's FC Tucson in front. Second meeting of the season between these two squads, and it is, as expected, a close affair. We'll have highlights, stats, and so much more for you during the halftime break, so don't go anywhere. In the footsteps of the Rockies, it's the visitors, up 1-0 over Northern Colorado. USL League One action live on ESPN+.
FC Tucson is more than just your hometown professional soccer club. FC Tucson is food, friends, exciting action, and fireworks. FC Tucson is one of the only places in Tucson celebrating with a fireworks show. Mark your calendars to celebrate Tucson's birthday with us on August 20th. Tickets start at just $14. For more information on hospitality, group prices, visit fctucson.com/ticket or call 520-600-3095.
Halftime in the Rockies, and it has been a nail-biting season for really every team in USL League One, including a whole lot of late match equalizers. Let's take a look back at some of the recent close matches.
We had two 1-1 draws on Saturday night, so we thought we'd go back. Let's see what's happening here with the late goals for draws. In Omaha, here's Northern Colorado, Trevor Amon to Irvin Parra, 79th minute. We are cheating on this one. This is the earliest late draw, if there's such a thing. There have been 8 game-tying goals late in the 79th or later. That was the first one. And then also later that night, Madison versus Chattanooga. Alvin Jones from Jeremiah String past Carlos Avilés. That got more than 4,000 people off their feet. Late goals, 90+5. That will sell a ticket or two. You probably enjoyed your evening. We go back a few weeks, July 30th. Omaha has to do it to Chattanooga. Giovanni Willis, this was the July goal of the month, coming on almost the final day of the month from Dion Akoff. This is Omaha's second comeback on their 9-match unbeaten streak, their second comeback draw. Wow, Giovanni Willis, an exciting player. That was July 30th, 90+3. We go back now to July 3rd, and the second match for Donnie Toya. He puts it in late against Greenville, 84th minute. Just his second game with Tucson from Tyler Allen. Beats Paul Christensen there. Tucson grabs a point late at home, and a lot of these are home goals. We go back to June 11th. Northern Colorado, look at the service in here, and the ball just going to bounce around, scramble until Norte. It trickles past Pablo Jara. That's 90+9. 6 of Northern Colorado's 8 draws have been of the 1-1 variety. This is an exciting team. We now slip back to May 28th. Central Valley versus Madison. Villian Bijev, you know he's not going to miss this highlight reel. From Michael Hornsby, that beats Phil Brino. That was 90+2 at home, and that gets the Fresno crowd going. April 16th, Tucson versus Madison. Madison took a red card about 20 minutes before, but here in the 81st minute, Jacob Kroll from Luis Perez. There's Phil Brino again. Madison drops 2 points late. Tucson grabs a late one at home. And now we go all the way back to opening weekend, April 2nd. If you watch Chattanooga-Madison, you saw this already, 90+5. A scramble in front. This one blocked. It goes back out to Bartman, who pounds it home past Thor Saunders. Bartman gets a point for Madison on the opening weekend after Jimmy Villalobos had scored in the 40th minute. What an amazing set of goals. Those are just 8 of the 17 goals scored to get a 1-1 draw. We've had 17 of those. Average time for the second goal, 71st minute. 3 of those matches had both goals in the first half, so most of this is late drama. The home side, you saw 6 of those 8 were home teams. Home sides winning or drawing late 11 times, and then you see the rest of the draws at the top of the screen there. We had a 5-5 draw. That was a 4-0 game at one point. We had a 3-3 draw at the start of the season. That was Charlotte and Central Valley. We've had 4 2-2 draws, and then 9 scoreless draws. All kinds of ways you can come away with a point. That's how we drew it up. We hope more of this excitement, selling tickets for these matches. That's the story this week. We've got 10 more weeks to see how much excitement we get on this very tight League One table. We'll take a break here at halftime. When we come back, we'll have highlights and stats. But first, this from the USL.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
The Jamaican Malik Foster. The Panenka, absolutely disgusting. Plenty of times. Saved by Viniello. Rodrigo Lopez. It's improbable. It's indomitable. It's another cup set.
Well, as you just saw, the cup set run continues. Sacramento Republic repping USL. They advance to the Open Cup final against Orlando City on September 7th. And speaking of USL Championship, well, there's going to be a new team on the block pretty soon. Some big news out of Rhode Island. A USL Championship side will be playing there. The groundbreaking ceremony just occurred recently. And look at that venue. That is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I'm a big proponent of any sort of stadiums on water. That's a beautiful rendering. One of 5 new projects in League One and USL Championship. Here's a look at the Week 20 Team of the Week. The only player in this match is Irvin Para, but congrats to Tresor Mbuyu. His big season continues. He is the player of the week. And our scoreboard, a couple of matchups tonight, one being our current matchup. The other one was Union Omaha, who took down Charlotte Independence 2-1. That's now 10 in a row unbeaten, ties the club record for Union Omaha, which matches their run from June to August last season. The rest of the scores are from this past weekend. As you see, a whole lot of very close matchups. It's been an exciting season, and the excitement is bound to continue. Speaking of continuing, here's a look at what is to come this weekend. 5 Saturday matchups to round out Week 21 of the USL League One season. We're starting to make our way towards the finish line, and that means that every match is even more important. As we make our way to the second half in this one, we will have kickoff, highlights, and more coming up after this on ESPN+.
FC Tucson is more than just your hometown professional soccer club. FC Tucson is food, friends, exciting action, and fireworks. FC Tucson is one of the only places in Tucson celebrating with a fireworks show. Mark your calendars to celebrate Tucson's birthday with us on August 20th. Tickets start at just $14. For more information on hospitality, group prices, visit fctucson.com/ticket or call 520-600-3095.
FC Tucson, a 1-0 lead at the break. Let's take a look at how it all went down in the first 45 minutes. Second meeting of the season between these two sides. We start things off fairly early. 13th minute, Gio Calixto able to stick with it. Good ball back here, deflects out to Luis Perez, but a great save by Johan Peñaranda. He's coming off of a big month last month after being selected as the starting keeper. But just a minute later, Peñaranda would be tested once again. This is the Perez to Perez connection. Not sure if there's a Perez and Perez law firm. If there's not, we might just have a new nickname for this duo. Luis Perez finds Franco Perez directly in front. A little tap-in finish. That gave Tucson the 1-0 advantage through 14 minutes. 17th minute. Nice lofted ball in the set piece. Lachlan McLean just inches away from getting a better hit on that one. But El Gato, Carlos Smarancio, able to haul it in and fall on it to keep his side in front 1-0. That's really all we had in that first half. Not a whole lot of action between these two sides. Nonetheless, a close one as expected. As Irvin Parra and company get us started. Northern Colorado in the dark blue kits, FC Tucson in the white kits. And we thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night in Severance, Colorado. Long ball for Prentice. Unable to corral it. Was a halftime change for Northern Colorado. Danny Robles entered for Shane McFall. 21st appearance of the season for Robles, who got the start against Union Omaha last weekend. There's a Northern Colorado side looking to keep pace with Union Omaha and a handful of other teams who are just above the playoff line. 3 points tonight would bring Northern Colorado above that 6th spot. Again, still plenty of time for things to move around, but they've been impressive in their first season in League One. Parra. Nertino. Robles through for Ammon. Ammon, can he get the cross in? He can. Robles blasted centrally. Now heads it out to Parra. Trying to roll low. Comes out to Prentice. Wolfgang Prentice, one of the newcomers in the side. Dances inside the 18. Ammon tees a low rib. Off target. And a goal kick on the way. But a promising build-up for Northern Colorado, who really, since that half-hour mark and later in that first half, built up better, got more dangerous opportunities, and they have another threatening moment right here, courtesy of Trevor Ammon and company. That's shot number 6 for Northern Colorado. And Parra and Shaw, we're talking to from Adam Rice. Now keep in mind, 5 Tucson players have yellow cards to their names. Luis Perez got a piece of that ball. He's one of them. It's Joao Delgado, Luis Perez, Eric Kinsner, Franco Perez, and Tevin Shaw, all with yellows. Race won by Moss. Flips wide. Rogers. Oh, so dangerous. Pardon me, that's Lukic. And deflects out for a corner kick. A fourth corner kick of the night on the way for Northern Colorado. First of the night, first in the second half for Hailstorm. And again, it's Rogers. All 4 corner kicks have been from this corner flag. Swinging ball. Comes to Robles. Can he volley on frame as he tried to settle? It's ripped the other direction. And they play the advantage. Brought back by Adam Rice. Adam Rice has been a busy man today. That referee has dished out 6 yellow cards. 5 Tucson players. Half the field players for Tucson have been booked. Shane McFall, the only Northern Colorado player to have received a yellow. McFall, who came off the pitch at the break. Danny Robles, who just got rid of it. Robles, again, who had just entered for Shane McFall. He came off after picking up a yellow card in the first half. Prentice scissors his way through. Prentice knocked out of there. Perez dispossessed. It's Prentice. Wiggles free. Prentice pops it, looking for Lukic. And it trickles out for a throw. Wolfgang Prentice, somebody on loan from Oakland Roots. You'd expect that he'd find some success at this level. He has made some tremendous runs tonight. There's the aforementioned Prentice. Rogers. Left-footed cross, comes off the chest of Shaw. Nartee chips it right back in there, finds McLean. A fingertip save, but it doesn't matter. A whistle before that. I'll take a look back at this. It's brought back to the spot of the foul. Pardon me, they played the advantage. A corner kick in the way for Rogers. 5th corner of the night for Northern Colorado. Well, now a discussion on where to place the ball. So, yes, it will be placed at the spot of the foul. So Rogers will take it where the foul occurred. Rogers swings it in, finds McLean, headed off the back line. Arthur Rogers, he is just so precise, picking out his targets. Ball once again at his feet. Lifts it deep once more, was trying to hook up with Nortee. This time Moss wins it. Oh, Perez, fancy as he avoids Robles. Tucson just struggling to maintain any semblance of possession. Northern Colorado upwards of 60% possession this far. Against a Tucson side that likes to play with the ball at their feet. This season, they average over 50% possession. Offside flag is raised. It's Franco Perez, who had the goal back in the 14th. I could certainly say that he's one of the biggest signings in terms of career prominence in FC Tucson history. On loan from an Argentinian first division side. Matchell got a toe on it, and nothing more than that. Our team looks to lead the counter. They'll switch it for Ammon. Ammon. Pocket of space from Ammon. Blasted to the right. Ball crossed back towards Para. Para looks to reset things. Prentice. Looping ball, finds a head into the hands of Arancio. And came off the head of Ammon. Those dangerous moments continue to be there. Now a flurry of chances. Really in the last half hour or so in this match, it's Ammon able to elevate upwards and win the header. A third shot on target for Northern Colorado. Now Perez, who had the assist on the Franco Perez goal. It's Louis who chips it, looking for Matchell. Delgado keeps it in. Works on Cornwall. And Cornwall is going to win that battle against almost any player in that league, in this league, able to win it. Comes to Tevin Shaldo. Shaw upended, they play on. McLean's ball, a little bit of an errant feed. Para. Here's Rogers sprinting up from his right back spot, able to get the cross in well. Comes off the head of Para, and a goal kick on the way. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, your live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and so much more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Really no better place to get up to speed on all things that this sport has to offer, and it's a great time of the year with really everything in full swing. You have the American leagues very much in the midst of their seasons. European leagues just underway now. An exciting time, I guess you could say, unless you're a Manchester United fan. Prentice. Robles, the only substitute that we've seen this far. Cornwall. Robles. Nortie turns in, strikes. Nortie just a bit wide. We've had a pocket of space. We'll look back at this replay. It's a very strong right leg. You could see just bounced it a bit wide. Remember, we're on a turf surface. The ball rolls a bit faster. And Marancio, does he keep it in? Did not appear that he did. And it will be a corner kick for Hailstorm. Marancio, all he could do was grin. Certainly gave it his best effort. You can see Shaw kind of slid it back. And seemed to be a pretty clear call. Rogers, there's a lot behind that corner. And T-Track's after it. Speaking of the Premier League, he's a former Chelsea Academy man. Ball rolled to the middle and comes into the hands of Peñaranda. Really the first time in quite a while that we've seen Tucson with any semblance of an attack as Joao Delgado wins it back from Robles. Matchell. Calixto back to Matchell. Hammond looks to lead the counter now. Hammond, how about that? Able to wiggle through two. Hammond options on his right with Moss riding him. And Moss comes in from behind to the foul. No whistle just yet. And there's the whistle, a very delayed one from Adam Rice. And we see a card. There's already been 5 bookings. Look back at this replay. And Moss gives a shove to the upper shoulder of Ammon just to break things up. John Perlman, for the first time today, dipping into his substitutes as Burke Failing heads on for Joao Delgado. And Franco Perez, the goal scorer back in the 14th, exits in favor of Tarn Weir. So a bit more of a defensive look. You take off a guy in Perez who's a forward. You bring on someone in Tarn Weir who predominantly plays as a left back. Failing, who's mainly been a starter this season, enters for Joao Delgado in his first start of the season. There is Tarn Weir, who earlier this year, John Perlman said, hey, I really think Tarn Weir is the best engine at left back in this league. First year man with FC Tucson. See what Northern Colorado can do with a set piece from Rogers. Unconvincing clearance. Rogers heads it back ahead. Well, pinball's in the air. And finally comes to the foot of Rogers. It was upended by Weir. And will Weir see a yellow? Will not be a card, but it is a talking to from Adam Rice. So another set piece. Headed out to Robles. Pops it back inside the 18. Weir takes some contact from Para from behind. So Perez, Para, and Adam Rice, a meeting of the minds. And this has been a very physical match. We've obviously seen a lot of bookings. Adam Rice has certainly been a busy man tonight. And a couple of changes on the way for Ayman Zayed, as Leo Fola will make his third appearance as a substitute. Did not play against Union Omaha. 14th appearance overall. And Stefan Lukic exits in favor of Jerry Dedieu, the Haitian midfielder Dedieu, who Ayman Zayed says has the ability to go MLS. There is the aforementioned Jerry Dedieu. We'll see what impact those two substitutes can have. Dedieu has a goal this season. Fola has a goal as well. Perez. Stroh, his third straight start. Moss just not quite on the same page with Perez. So a goal kick on the way for a Northern Colorado Hailstorm side. At 6, 7, and 8, sitting on 26 points. A win would put them above the playoff line. They have a fairly favorable upcoming schedule, including tonight. 6 of the final 9 home matches for Northern Colorado. 9 matches for Northern Colorado will be at home. 4-3-2 this season in the state of Colorado. I say the state of Colorado because if you follow this team this year, you know they've played in 3 different home venues this season. Evans elevates ahead, and the chest of Para, shovels it out to Norti. Norti trying to direct it to Robles, unsuccessfully. Chance to counter now, it's failing. With a head of steam, out wide. Hailstorm turned away. Perhaps tried to volley that towards Perez, who already made his run. Para. Green to work with. Numbers move in the box. Robles is there. And he hits the upright of the field goal post. Those chances continue to be there. Now 10 shots for Northern Colorado. And here's a look back at that. Good ball from Dedieu. And Robles just hit the field goal upright. This match being played at Severance High School in Severance, Colorado. Quality challenge along that far touchline. As we approach 70 minutes here at Severance Stadium. A 1-0 lead for FC Tucson. It came back in the 14th minute, courtesy of Franco Perez. The visitors in search of a first win since June, winless in 6 straight. And trying to hang on, which is something that has at times been a struggle this year. They found themselves in really every single match. All but 3 matches have been decided by 1 goal or less for Tucson. Here's Perez. Dances centrally, a blast from Perez! Magnificent! Louis Perez! An elite finish, and he gives his side the breathing room they need. Perez one-on-one on Prentice. Just sidestep, gets it on his strong foot. The lefty blasts it home, and there is absolutely nothing that Johan Peñaranda could do about that. The pace, the placement, it's all there for Louis Perez. A goal and an assist for Louis Perez. And he gives his side a 2-goal advantage. We highlighted him earlier as a player to watch. John Perlman said that he showed a lot of growth in terms of becoming a bigger goal scorer, not just a distributor. And he buries his 3rd goal of the season. First goal against a team not named Chattanooga. Suddenly, Northern Colorado, after playing for the last 40 or so minutes, more so on their front foot, find themselves at a 2-goal deficit. The opportunities were few and far between for FC Tucson since netting that goal back in the 14th. But they have a breakthrough here in the second half. Evans tries to switch fields unsuccessfully, but it does fall to Para. Taps it ahead. Robles. Perez whistled. Perez, one of 5 Tucson players with a yellow card. Well intended for Deju, sniffed at well by Tarn Weir. And then Weir is upended. A hard challenge. And Arthur Rogers has been booked. He's shaken up, as is Tarn Weir. A crunching tackle. And one that's left both players, the giver and the receiver, a bit shaken up. Here's a look back at that last foul. Watch as Rogers comes in. Ball was ready out of the possession of Weir. Clearly got the legs. You can see both players back on their feet. Long range go, not much of a threat on Peñaranda. As Kalen Fox gets set to enter for Louis Perez. In addition to Moang Sunday for Tevin Shaw. John Perlman was quick to point out that we hope to see Shaw for about 75 to 80 minutes. Looks like that will be the case for his Tucson side. Elevated ball, headed for Dejeu, who was caught offside. And we now get set to see those two changes. It's Kalen Fox, who has been a starter for the lion's share of the season, who enters for Luis Perez. A defensive change. Fox, another center back to bolster that back line. And it's Luis Perez, who had a foot in both goals. An assist and a conversion tonight for the French midfielder. A standout performance by Louis, who now has an assist in 3 of his last 4. Third goal of the season for Perez, and it's Mwang Sunday who comes on, replacing Tevin Shaw. So Sunday on. It's at the final 15 minutes. Tucson hang on. First match in 11 days. This is a side that has struggled mightily late in matches. They've conceded the second most goals in the final 15 minutes of matches this year. As Para tries to create something. Ammon now. Paces around Moss. Ammon's cross off the foot of Kalen Fox. Zayed getting ready to make a couple of changes as well. Jackson Dietrich set to enter. This is Owen Dom. Robles tries to lead Prentice. He does just that, but let him a bit too much. Here come the two changes for Eamon Zayed. It's Jackson Dietrich. Made his first start against Omaha, just his 5th overall appearance. The German who heads on for Trevor Ammon. And it's Owen Dom, a man on loan from Blue City of USL Championship. Did not play against Union Omaha after starting the prior 4 matches. Comes on for Arthur Rogers, who was shaken up a couple minutes ago on a tackle that Rogers applied to Tarnweer. Failing, paces ahead, failing, taken down, and they play off. It was Fola on the physical challenge. There's the first touch for Dom. Given away to Dejeu. You look at this Tucson team and you look at their record, right? 3-10-4. They're winless at home, but you look at the breakdown of that record. They've had a lot of very competitive games against some very good teams. They've twice beaten Chattanooga, currently sitting above the playoff line. Draw against Greenville, draw against Forward Madison. Stoppage time loss against Union Omaha. Up 2-0 tonight, but Deju and company looking to change that. Daub lifts it centrally. Dietrich heads ahead. Para flips it out for Prentice. Prentice angles right, failing. Prentice cross, headed in. Lachlan McLean, he scored against Tucson last time these two teams met. He's done it again tonight, and Northern Colorado right back in it. An 80th minute goal, and it's one that was an absolute necessity if Hailstorm are going to find their way back into this. And it was bound to be Prentice at some point of this one, right? How skilled he's been, the threatening places that he's been able to bring the ball to. And he's able to dish out a helper. His first of the season. This is his fourth appearance of the year. The loanee from Oakland Roots. Failing. Trying to maneuver around Prentice. Lost now. Plays it through for Matchell in stride. Matchell whips it in. And Robles able to head it out of that final third. But only for a short moment. Moss. Failing. And a corner on the way. To be rest assured that there is no rush, none whatsoever, for FC Tucson to take this corner. You can see Failing taking his sweet old time to make his way to the corner flag. First corner of the night for the visitors. It's Failing to take it. Looking for the finishing blow. Macho whistles. Long ball from Evans. Flutters in the air, bodies at the deck. There is the whistle. Just 2 yards outside of the 18. And suddenly an opportunity to level things for Hailstorm. Tucson dropped to a 5-man back line. They brought in Kalen Fox. Can they withstand these efforts? You can see this long ball. It's McLean who has the goal for Northern Colorado, who was taken down. No Arthur Rogers. He's been the free kick specialist, not just tonight, but all season for Northern Colorado. Instead, it's Robles and Deju. Deju finds the wall. Robles elevates ahead. Prentice. The speedster has 1 assist already. Quality tackle from Calixtro. And it will be another corner. Sixth corner of the night for Northern Colorado. First time corner kick is being taken by someone else other than Rogers. It's Robles who has the honors. He finds a foot, and it comes up wide. Para hands over his face. Maybe thought he could hit it a bit better than that. And another defensive change being made. Jacob Kroll, who entering tonight had played every minute of this entire season, will come on for Gio Calixto. That's a left back to shore things up defensively, on for a forward in Gio Calixto.
Entering the match, number 16, Jacob Kroll. Replacing number 11, Giovanni Calixto.
So an attacking presence is practically non-existent right now for Tucson. It's all defense for the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Weir slips it ahead. Failing makes a run inside the box. Pops out to Matchell. Matchell lets it rip. And Penirenda sprinting to get it back into play. Time is of the essence for the home side.
Hey, Tucson! Tucson!
Debut. Lachlan McLean has Northern Colorado's goal back in the 80th minute. It's Para loading up what will be a very long toss. Headed out to Robles. Pops out Dietrich. What a sliding stop. Moang Sunday closed that window in a hurry. Dedew pacing on the right flank, one-on-one on Weir. Dedew dances, Dedew's cross, flutters, and is headed out towards Dedew, who wisely watches it out for a throw. Another long toss from Para. And contact inside the 18. Brings things the other way. Northern Colorado had a 79th minute equalizer last Saturday against an elite defensive side in Union Omaha. They're down by one, a few minutes to go plus stoppage time against an FC Tucson side that has conceded 7 goals in the final 15 minutes of matches, second most in the league. Thrown to the way for the visitors. Kroll. Content just to melt some clock at this corner flag. And Kroll is furious as the throw-in's been awarded to Northern Colorado. Robles. Dedew paces past Weir. Dedew gets the cross in, finds the foot of Dietrich, comes out towards Prentice. Dietrich sticks with it. Prentice now, 1 assist already. Dietrich tees up a cross, it's a low one. Evans trying to hook up a Dietrich, well read though. and cleared out of danger. Well, don't exit out of ESPN Plus, folks. This is going to be a thrilling conclusion. Hailstorm have been knocking on the door for the last 8 or so minutes since scoring that goal. The Tucson side oh so desperate for a win. Winless in its last 6. They have not won since June 25th. Jackson Dietrich whistled for the foul. The Werder Bremen product. And it will be 4 minutes of added time. Still a long ways to go in the second meeting of the season between these two clubs. Failing. There you have it, 4 minutes of added time. A lot of contact, and there is the whistle. Robles weaves through traffic, could knock it through, and is cleared out of there. The salvos continue from Northern Colorado. Para, one touch for Deju. Deju gets the cross in towards Dietrich. And tapped out and will be a corner. Dietrich was just unable to settle and direct it on frame. As Irvin Para hustles to the corner flag. Remember, Arthur Rogers was subbed out earlier in this half. He is the free kick specialist for this side. Peñaranda comes into the box. The goalie is up for Northern Colorado. Montoya watches it roll out for another corner, opposite side. Peñaranda. The Hailstorm keeper remains in the box. Ball in from Deju. Scissor kick comes into the wall. Peñaranda had an opportunity and whiffed. Elevated feed. Stays inside the 18. Prentice the first one to it. Prentice wheels through traffic. Prentice already has an assist. Prentice ball slapped out to Dietrich. Para now. Chipped inside and flicked out. Norty. Skies ahead. Better one by Fox. Owen Dom now. Volleys on. Prentice. Plenty of space. Prentice ball towards Para. And whisked away. Tucson have answered every question thus far. And Peñaranda able to get the throw in. How often do you see that? A goalkeeper throw in. As Dom lofts it long. Ball hangs in front, fisted away by Marancio. Perhaps one last effort for the home side. We're boxing out, and it will be a throw-in. This likely it. Irvin Parra loops in towards the back post. Moss taps it out for a corner. That's about all that he could do in a precarious situation. Irvin Parra looking to deliver that magical moment. Johan Peñaranda once again inside the 18. Towards the back post, settled, blasted, comes off of Fox, and FC Tucson backs against the wall, able to hang on, and John Perlman and company get the win that they deserve. A critical 3 points in the most dramatic of fashions. A side that all season long has found themselves in close matches and all too often have gifted away goals. But tonight they stand strong, they stand tall, and they prevent that equalizer. 2 on the final, FC Tucson victorious. Franco Perez get the scoring started. Luis Perez put his side up 2-0, and from there they were able to hang on for the victory. What a conclusion, and we'll look back at all of it after this quick break. FC Tucson victorious. 2 on the final from the Rockies. Back after this on ESPN+. What a night in Severance, Colorado. Severance Stadium, and the supporters who were in attendance and all of you watching, well, you were in for a treat. Luis Perez, a masterclass. He was magnifique, as they say in France. And Franco Perez, no relation, but they combined very well on a goal to start the scoring in that first half as FC Tucson win 2-1. We'll take a look back at the match that was. And what a match it was. Second meeting of the season between these clubs. The 14th minute is where the magic began for the visitors, who are desperate for a win coming in. Luis Perez, low cross, finds the foot of Franco Perez, just unmarked in the back post. Arthur Rogers just a split second behind it on that sliding attempt to impede on the pass, couldn't do so. We go on to the 70th minute, and this goal proved to be the difference maker, frankly. Luis Perez, 1-on-1 on Wolfgang Prentice, and Perez able to get to his strong foot. The left-footed strike just inside the 18 absolutely freezes Peñaranda. Just precise and powerful. And Perez has his side up 2-0. Northern Colorado down, but Northern Colorado not out. And their comeback bid started here. Wolfgang Prentice, the loanee from Oakland Roots, had a fine performance. He finds Lachlan McLean, first assist of the season for Prentice. The third goal for McLean, and a barrage of chances in the waning moments for Northern Colorado as well, but it was not enough as FC Tucson hang on. And you can see this is a match that reflected FC Tucson getting their early lead. They built upon that lead. Possession very much in favor of Northern Colorado. Shots in favor as well. The shots on target, those quality chances just weren't necessarily put together by Northern Colorado. Would have been very interesting to see what would have happened if Arthur Rogers had been in there for the entirety of the match. Was shaken up a bit. He did come off about midway through in the latter portions, I guess, in that second half. And a key player in this Hailstorm team unavailable near the end as they fall 2-1. And that brings us to the updated league table. So both these teams remain in the same spots, but FC Tucson is able to close the gap just a little bit. They pick up a critical 3 points, Now 4 wins of the season for them. They are at home to host Greenville on Saturday. It's Tucson's birthday. A whole lot of fun things coming up there. Northern Colorado remain in that 9 spot. And here is the upcoming schedule. A 5-match slate on Saturday. As many matches as we can have in League One. 10 of the 11 teams in action. As you see, Northern Colorado against Forward Madison. And then FC Tucson hosts Greenville Triumph on Tucson's birthday. Fireworks, one-time warm-up kits, a special Pueblo Vina brewing drink, all on display in the desert. Well, that was a fun one. It all started with the captains exchanging pleasantries, and, well, we saw a whole lot of whistles and cards and a couple of goals since then. Dramatic night, FC Tucson able to hang on and pick up a critical 3 points. John Perlman's side back in the win column for the first time since June. Big thanks to all of you for joining us. For our fantastic crew, I'm John Gross, saying so long from Colorado.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.